right. Yeah, rockin' red, clapping ass leaves like the 80s. Never give it up until the reaper come and slay me. Pull up with a Zelda and a peach and a daisy. I be dirty dancing, all the yelling gravy Swayze. Yeah, baby, you so vicious, you so clean, so delicious. How come you ain't got no misses? Count that paper.
Oh, it's so lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. How is it? What's the verdict? Is it good? Yeah. Try the apple one. Try the apple. Okay.
What's all the sauce on there? Some cream.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't like the
I thought you would, yeah.
sauce, fam. Really good.
Yay. Cheers.
Is that one mine?
No running, please. And I had a really nice start to February. I went to my sister's house. I saw my sister, I saw my nieces and my nephew, I saw my brother-in-law, I saw family. I came back, I got fresh tiramisu, chilled with friends. The month started off pretty decently considering the kind of wider things that were going on. Oh, that's amazing.
They just like carve a circle out.
Yum.
That does look good.
Okay. So good. They're 100%. So they're gonna play.
Ooh.
Oh, TV.
No, I think she's.
Luther.
No, I think she's confirmed it that she is gonna be
Coming on, that'll be sick.
I'll be on the floor. It's fine. I don't need to sit. No, I'm too excited. It's fine. Let me take my shoes off. Guys.
Ooh. Here she is. Oh, she's so pretty. Yeah. He's gonna keep teasing it. Oh. And she's probably a minor. We then got to the middle of the month, which is always the time in February where people start reflecting on love and those that they appreciate and those who are really important to them. So whether you celebrate Valentines or Galentines or any other kind of appropriation of the term, the middle of the month is always a time where you're encouraged to think about love and what it means to you and who in your life you want to dedicate that day or that weekend to. Yeah.
Hard copy looks so pretty.
ASMR. I'm getting French toast. We're meant to be here to do work, but I am going to get brunch. Yeah, you know what? I will do that. Oh la la! I feel like the only thing to make Passmed easier is some French toast. let me do the transition I did at Christmas. So, ugly nails. So cute. Pretty so nice. I really don't want to take them off. This is me. Pants of the shoes. Oh, actually no, my toes. Don't pants of the shoes. Anyway, look at my dress. House of CB. Then I have my fake Chanel earrings, some rings, my Primark nails, a rushed 10-minute makeup. But we're ready. We're gonna go. We are ready. We are going. Oh, the lighting looks awful in here, but my skin's very glowy. Wait, let me. Okay, this is the makeup. You can see it. It's very matte. I really don't know what I'm playing with the matte. I never go matte, but I'm wearing this like fluffy cardi thing, and the actual dress is. Do you mind? The actual dress is this like low cut House of CB midi. My toes are out, but we don't talk about that. But yeah. Let's go. This is the view from there. It's so cute.
If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
Now onto my favourite part of the recap. Books. I have 4 books to think about. Evidently, all I did in February was read. One of these books I read over Christmas, but I didn't include it in last month's recap because I lent it to a friend. So I didn't actually have it, but he's since given it back to me, so I can now talk about it. A great month for reading. We're going to start off with this book. It's called We Are All Birds of Uganda. Immaculate. What I love about this book is it's basically talking about the kind of expulsion of the Asian community from Uganda in the 60s. And each chapter flips between the perspective of a man and his family being expelled in the 60s, and then the chapter after that will be his grandchild, which you don't realize until a few chapters in, but his grandchild in London in, you know, the 2000s, living and learning about his history and his family's history and heritage in Uganda, and kind of learning about all of this. And something that's really beautiful is the perspective of the 1960 part of it is written as letters from that man to his deceased wife, who he, you know, adored. And eventually those letters are passed on to the grandchild in present day London. So it's overall just an amazing book. I love learning about things like this. I really did not know a lot about the expulsion of the Asian community from Uganda in the 60s and about kind of the oppressive nature. And there's so much mirroring every community who was ever expelled or encouraged out from any country by any other community. There's always very, very similar themes that go on, but it's always different to actually read about it. And while it's fiction, the sentiment and the emotions that are felt and expressed in the book are real. Loved it, adored it. If you liked Exit West, you'll love this book. Exit West is a book which navigates migration and immigration through this idea of, you know, going to different worlds through portals. Incredible book. I love books like this. This is my type of book where it's about real world problems, societal issues, you know, life, but it's written in a fictional sense. That's my style of book. I don't really like fantasy books in that sense. This is my type of fiction rooted in non-fiction. Yeah, whatever that genre is called. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. It was a decent book. I think the thing I liked the most about it was a discourse around it. I know a lot of people don't like this book, and their reason for not liking it is because they don't like the protagonist and they think that her behavior isn't appropriate, or they don't like how she treats people, or they don't like her don't care attitude, or her attitude in general. But I just think that's a bit lame, personally, because the whole point of the book is it's about someone's life. The author herself took her own life a month after she published this. And the whole book, the second half of the book, is documenting her mental health journey, which was very, very significant. So for people to say they don't like the book because it's unrealistic or they don't like how it portrays mental health, how can you say someone's real mental health journey isn't an accurate portrayal of mental health? Makes no sense to me. The thing I like about it is the fact that this book was written and published in the 60s and still shows that women then were contesting and thinking about things that women are still thinking and juggling today. I really, really like that fact that it's still so relatable as barriers that women in their early 20s, early 30s are still trying to overcome over 60 years later. The Fig Tree poem. I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another fig was a brilliant professor. Another fig was E. Guy, the amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Asia and South America, and another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila, and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. Another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion. And beyond and above all these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one they plopped to the ground at my feet. I love that. This is something which is quite profound to me, because I literally just sent out an email, put a screenshot here, to my mentor saying how I'm so stressed about niching down too quickly and, as a future doctor, specializing too soon. How am I going to navigate children? Do I want to specialize? Do I instead want to stay broad? Do I want to have an aspect of my life where I can do consulting? Do I want to think about doing medical legal work? There's just so many figs. But if I don't make a decision and I just stay stressed, eventually all of those options are going to disappear on me. And the fact that this is something that is still an overwhelming thought today, and this book was written 60, 70 years ago, and it's still so relevant to kind of the millions of possibilities of life, especially as a woman, and thinking about, do I want to just have the kids and family? Do I want to put my career first? What career do I want? Do I want a career which can allow me to do X, Y, Z? Or do I want to be steadfast in my career? All of those thoughts were so prevalent for the antagonist then, and is still so prevalent now. Love that. I love that. Really liked that part of the book. The last book I want to talk about is this, Aquaviva. Wow, wow, wow. What can I say about this book? First of all, it's incredible. It's a stream of consciousness of just a highly intelligent woman. The amount of notes I wrote from this book, the amount of thoughts that it encouraged me to make, honestly, I can't even go into depth about how much I love this book. So instead, I wanted to say a few things that I got from this book. One, a tiny piece of mirror or a broken piece of mirror is still a mirror. So if you feel broken as a human, you're still a human. You still deserve everything that everyone who is a human deserves. The same rights, the same qualities, the same chance of happiness, because you're still a human, the way that a piece of mirror is still a mirror. The nice thing about the book is everyone I've given it to read will pick out different aspects from her stream of consciousness that seem significant to them, which is the fun of books and the fun of talking about books. Different things are going to resonate with you. So one of the things that really resonated with me, which also kind of shows you some of my thinking at the time, I have it written down on my iPad. She talked about a chair, and she said, the first person who invented a chair just wanted the human body to feel more comfortable. But when people saw that they wanted to invent a chair, they were probably thinking, well, that's a bit strange. Why are we sitting on a piece of wood? That makes no sense. But now, thousands of years later, we don't question a chair. We don't question why you would have multiple chairs in your house. We don't question the fact that chairs are now integral to what we deem as comfort. So if you want to do something, there might be people who push back and might think, well, that's a bit strange. But in thousands of years, that might become synonymous with equality, the same way that a chair is synonymous with comfort. So, and I loved that. It was obviously, when I read it, it was at the time of me kind of having self-doubt about, are my ideas even important? Some people don't think, some people do think. I was working on various projects and various roles, etc., which we won't get into. And I read that, I was like, you know what? Yeah, just because they don't yet see the vision doesn't mean the vision isn't there, and doesn't mean in the future it won't be necessary. Just because they can't see the necessity in it now doesn't mean it's not necessary. That just means that they don't have the forethought. We'll end it there. I could talk so much more about these books because I really, really liked all of them, and so many of them have gave me loads of things to think about. But this section has been 15 minutes. I have no idea how I'm going to cut it down. So let's move on.
Welcome to Tiff and Emma Cook.
Like chefs with allergies garlic.
Yeah, they'll have it on their these two fingers.
Oh, the prawns smell so good. No, do you know that song?
And oh, that's gonna be you.
Yeah! In and up. Why do I know this whole time?
Straight masterpiece. Pretty. Yeah, oh my god, I used to do that like 3 times a day. Oh my god. Very, very productive. Is it? Do you know one? It's time for Shrek!
Once upon a time, there was a lovely princess, guarded by a terrible fire-breathing dragon.
The end of the month then featured a lot of food, which was nice. I went for a dinner at Brian's, so he cooked us kimchi fried rice, seaweed, rice cakes. We had cookies, we just played games with it. It was a really nice, wholesome evening of just like home cooked food. It's the 25th of Feb. My friends invite me around because he's cooking dinner. He's having a little dinner party. This is my outfit. I'm gonna get a coat so I don't freeze. I actually love my puff so much. And this top. So cute. I love this outfit. It's like bright, so adorable. Like, show your plate, show your plate.
How much food is Brian made? Oh my god.
We love you, Brian. So, lots of things food, meal prepping, Brian's. We had dinner at our GP with our supervisors to mark the end of the rotation. Thanks, Brian. Love you, Brian. This is my vlog content for the month.
Quiche, so didn't she said quiche of the day, so I have no idea what it is.
And then ending the month, this month I got into journaling. It actually stemmed from my meeting with my supervisor. She said something which just triggered a load of thoughts for me, so I thought, let me write it down. And write it down, I did. Not going to put my journal on the internet, but 2 pages of writing I wrote about that. And I've fallen in love with it. I'm never going to be one of those people who say, I woke up and I journaled, because I don't want to put pressure on journaling. The same way I don't put pressure on my YouTube channel to say that I'm going to post every week. I'm not. I want it to be a creative outlet for me. You know, there might be some days where I've got 5 things to journal about. There might be some days where I don't, or I do but I don't have time. I don't want to force myself to have to do it, because then it feels like a chore as opposed to a privilege. Okay, it is time to sort out my niece's birthday present that I got her. I got her this really cute Ralph Lauren sweater, and it's got like the pink, oh, it's just adorable. It's actually adorable. But it's white, so I'm going to put it into just like a wrapping bag just for delivery purposes. And then I've got this, like, I don't know what these are called, like the tissue paper things, put on top. And then I just bought some sweets from Tesco. I just can't believe my baby's turning 8. And then we finished out the block. We had our wrap up session, had some stale bacon sandwiches in the hospital, and then we celebrated Emma's birthday. Her birthday's the 1st of March, but we celebrated on the 28th of Feb, so it just made the cut for the vlog, which was also just a really nice way to wrap up the month. Obviously celebrate my girl Emma, but also just like a nice ending to half of our time in that flat, and, you know, the first little section of the year, which is really, really lovely. See, it's the end of the block. You'll get brecky butties. Woo, woo. Bye, 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 bye. Bacon butties for everyone. Might take an apple. Yeah, apart from Zach, actually I lied. Might take an apple. These look like a very, yes please. Looks like a very peculiar colour. Maybe it'll be delicious. Do you know what I mean? Why are they lime green? It looks like,
Do you want another one, darling?
halfway between a lime and an apple.
Do you want another one?
Hormonal that broke me.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright, everyone say that we've got.
I got rosemary barbecue chicken.
Amazing.
I got chorizo pesto.
What'd you get?
And I got Casey's eggs.
And then I have, I don't even know what I have. Oh yeah, open it for me.
The cheesecake.
The vanilla cheesecake, French toast. To be fair, that looks so good.
That's really good.
Oh yeah, and some cream. Wait. So this month had a lot going on, but at the same time, not a lot. There was a lot of reading, a lot of journaling, a lot of reflection. I spent a lot of the time with people that I loved, with my family, which was really nice. I'm currently at home with my mum in my family home. So it's been a really nice month of love. It really has been filled with love amongst little bits of sadness, which still just made me reflect on the importance of being surrounded by love me as much as I love them. Yeah, I think that's a nice note to leave on. So I will see you next month.
Hey.